This video is a brief overview of Ed100 Chapter 2, which focuses on facts you need to know about California students and their families. Lesson 2.1 explains the diversity of California's student body and how it's changed over time. Today, the majority of students in California are Latino, and about a quarter of the students are English learners. This makes California different from most other U.S. states. Many students in California speak a language other than English at home. Spanish, of course, but lots of other languages too. There are other forms of diversity that students bring to their education, including religious traditions. A massive generational shift is underway in acceptance and expression of sexual and gender diversity. In this generation, at least a fifth of students identify as bisexual, gay, lesbian, or transgender. Lots of things can get in the way of learning. It's no real surprise. Poverty statistics and test scores track together like boots in mud. Lesson 2.2 focuses on the interlocking effects of poverty and race in education. California is a very high poverty state. About 1 in 5 students lives below the official poverty line. About 3% of students are homeless. Food aid in schools has been around for decades, supported by a mix of federal, state, and local funding. Historically, families had to show evidence of need, but so many students qualify for it that the state of California decided at the end of the pandemic to make school meals free for all permanently. Basic nutrition is one aspect among many that connect with health, and that's the focus of Lesson 2.3. This lesson overviews the role of schools in addressing many health issues, including vaccinations, sex education, smoking, vaping, sleep, toxic lead, mental health, the role of school nurses, school-based health services. Of course, learning and health aren't just a school thing. Parents can play many powerful roles in education, from reading with kids to serving as advocates. This is why the PTA was created more than a century ago. What one gets out of education is often tied to what you put in. Lesson 2.5 explains the difference between inputs, which are usually easy to measure, and outcomes, which are more important but are usually hard to measure in a timely way. The primary output that schools are supposed to focus on is learning, which is a tricky challenge because learning only happens when kids want to learn. Motivation matters. Parents and teachers can make a difference in the way they approach it. Lesson 2.6 explains some of the best ideas of master teachers and coaches. Some of the basics are incredibly obvious once you know what they are. Motivation isn't the only barrier to learning, of course. Learning isn't equally difficult for every student in each subject. One reason why average education results have improved over the long term is a growing understanding of special learning needs. About 1/10 of students officially receive special education services, which are guaranteed under law. Navigating the special education system can be tricky. Ed100 Lesson 2.7 covers a lot, including IEPs, Section 504 plans, autism, dyslexia, the special needs of gifted students, and of course the role of counselors. One important role of public education is protecting children from neglect and abuse. Anyone involved in a school should read this lesson. Lesson 2.8 explains how this important process works, including foster care. Another vulnerable group in California schools is undocumented students, who are the focus of Lesson 2.9. The Supreme Court established in 1982 that all children are required to attend school regardless of their documentation status. About 2 or 3% of California's students are undocumented. A much bigger group, about 1 in every 8 children, has at least one parent with unauthorized immigration status. This lesson provides advice about where to get reliable information, including changing laws about dreamers, children who were not born in America but who have grown up here. Students generally play a very small role in defining the school system that educates them. This is a real missed opportunity. Lesson 2.10 talks about the ways student leadership can make a big difference. That's it for this quick overview of Ed100 Chapter 2. For much more, including quizzes, discussion guides, and our blog, visit Ed100 and sign up. It's free. If you appreciated this video, please like it so that others will find it.